that 34?
Like 34 hours. Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
But we can run to Micro Center if that's. If you want to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe have them take a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can see what we're working with here.
Yeah. Let's do that. We can vlog there.
Yeah.
And then
we'll have that. That'll be part of it. So.
It'll be part of it. It'll be the intro. Just setting up this episode.
Do they still exist?
What?
Sorry, Micro Center.
What? No.
All right.
For you, they do.
Let you start this. Ooh, it's my cock. Small.
Micro penis.
Yeah. It's good to be here. This is why you had me on, isn't it?
Yep.
To berate me.
To talk about what's really happening.
What's really not happening.
What's really not happening behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
All the...
And in public on the train.
And yeah, basically. Well, hell yeah. What's up? I hate doing intros because it feels it's so hard.
It's really
it's
tough.
like you have to make your friend like watch you.
Oh yeah, it's embarrassing, right?
I'm so embarrassed
let me
to
just
be
watch. Let me just see what you got.
And I'm like talking to nobody.
Talking to nobody, and then when the viewers watch it, they're like, let's just like fast forward 5 minits to see if this thing gets going.
I'm like stumbling through.
I never even noticed how humiliating it is to just stare at somebody and watch them.
Yeah, just like be like, oh yeah, this is Joe Nunnink. Everybody, it's like introducing your friends, and then you have to be like, he's a comedian, and I'm like,
I've never met him.
I've never. Woo! What a
ride!
And one time I got so nervous. I mean I've only had friends on the podcast, but one time I got so nervous I like forgot like what they were. Like I know they're a comedian, but I was like,
forgot their name. What if you forgot one of their names?
What? One time I did forget like my best friend's name from high school. I was like, "Are you Megan?" And what? My brain.
That seems like friendship ending.
No, I think it was just we at that point we had watched like 18 hours of Avatar, and
so you're
just over and over and over again.
No brain cells left.
Yeah,
to fire.
Yeah, that's who I was in high school. We just rewatched Avatar over and over and over.
You smoke a lot of weed?
I guess in high school. How'd you know?
Do you still smoke a lot of weed? You
no.
have the vibe of somebody who's smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah, I definitely have I did in high school, but I think this is just my personality.
Right.
And then, cause there's no way like weed did this to me. I think I was born like this.
Were you like were you like this? That sounds like there's something wrong with you, but.
No, I've always like talked like this, always been like this. And then it wasn't until like recently, or not even recently, just I feel like in New York, whenever I go on dates, people are like, "Are you high as fuck?"
You just check it out right now. What's going on?
Yeah, especially because I'm kind of dumb too, so I'm like asking like the dumbest questions, and they're like, "How many drugs are you on?" Dude, did you smoke in high school?
I smoked a lot in high school.
Yeah. I mean, it was so fun.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
bad.
It was like the best.
The best.
I would smoke on the way to school, half of a bowl.
Yeah.
I'd leave it in my car and then smoke the other half on the way home.
I love that.
Listen to Rush.
We would do it
Real Virgin.
Say what?
Said I'd listen to Rush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Big Virgin.
Big Virgin. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it in during lunch.
Oh, okay.
We would, because you got to drive away during lunch.
Yeah, they didn't let us do that.
For good reason.
They took that away.
They took it away. And what did they have like high school checks where they bring dogs and stuff to like?
I don't think so. No.
We had like cops at our school every week to like.
We had like a cop there. We had like a guy. We had like one cop who like lived in the high school.
Who like gave you drugs.
Yeah. They busted some kid at our high school like the year after I graduated, and they posted like a picture of like everything they found or whatever, like the police did or something on their like Twitter or something. And it was like it was so pathetic. It was like 2 ounces of weed and like 2 pipes, a bubbler and a grinder, and
my
like
God.
2 lighters. And then they laid out all the money, the cash that the kid had.
It was like $15.
It was like $114 in like different denominations, like 7 ones, It was like
the evidence.
The most embarrassing bust. Yeah, it's just like a nothing bust.
Yeah, in Kansas, right?
Yeah.
We got him, boys.
We got him. They hate weed there. God, they hate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like, would you say Kansas is Southern or Midwest?
It's definitely Midwest.
I see it as Midwest, but I also see it as Southern at the same time.
Well, it's weird because Missouri is like a kind of Midwest for a second, and then it becomes like the South fully.
Yeah.
Like halfway down the state.
Yeah.
But Kansas just the whole thing feels Midwest, I think.
Yeah, I believe that. And you got the tornadoes.
But people who live out in the middle of Kansas are just like weird more than
yeah.
They're just like like I don't understand.
Like country bumpkins.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I feel like you get it's like the bottom of the state is always fucked.
Almost no matter what state.
No matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. The bottom of Missouri is fucked. Bottom of Kansas.
The bottom. My mom's side of the family is from the bottom of Illinois, and they're
calling it the bottom and not the southern part of the state. She's from the bottom of Illinois. My mom's from the bottom.
We're from the mid top.
Where the bottom starts to be like the top a little bit. We're in that little middle, ooey gooey middle part between the bottom and the top. My daddy's in the bottom of South Dakota.
The bottom. I don't know. I just I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm getting.
True, though.
I think I'm getting dumber. I think I honestly I started taking supplements for optimum brain health and function.
So
and I texted my dad.
It's gonna be a sad purchase. Yeah. Did you get them online or did you go in somewhere and buy them in person?
No. Well, I did. I did research.
Yeah, okay.
I did research and.
What'd you Google? Why am I such a dumb bitch?
It was just like a sponsored ad from Joe Rogan or something.
Yeah.
No. Okay. On a side note, I know a lot about supplements because I kind of the things I know. I am interested in. I actually I know a lot, but I actually have felt very clear and sharp or whatever.
Okay. But
then the same day that I told my dad, I'm like, you should get these. I'm feeling the effects. I brought. So I had 2 lamps. Okay.
Told your dad to get them.
Yeah, because my dad he cares about mental sharpness a lot because he's a smart guy and he's always paranoid of
losing his edge.
Yeah, it took a second too long to think of this word. I'm like, you're fine. That's
to freak out about that seems like that's gonna be what's gonna happen because you're so hyper aware that you're just I don't know.
Sometimes I feel that's almost the opposite of manifesting.
Yes, it's negative manifesting.
Yeah, and it does happen. I think it does come true. But yeah, so I took 2 lamps in, because I have a lot of lamps here, and I have one. That one's a new one, and then I have an old one. But they were broken, and I take them to the lamp store, and I tell this lady, "You got to fix my lamps," and she's a lamp lady, and so I give them the 2, and then one she's like, "Well, did you try changing the light bulb?" And
no,
and I didn't. I've had these lamps broken for 6 months. And I'm like, God, I gotta bring them to the lamp store.
You said you tried changing the light bulb, and that's what was wrong with it?
That's what was wrong with it.
Did an anvil fall on your head?
I don't. I honestly, my theory is that I've just gotten so advanced in the recent technologies that I've forgotten about.
Forgotten the old way.
Yeah. Well,
did you try changing it? I don't even know what I would do.
So that was the first lamp, and then I leave, and I'm like, well, the second lamp's definitely broken. And then she calls me 10 minutes later. She's like, hey, this lamp also, you just needed to change the lights, and on top of it, it's a touch lamp, so you just had to touch it. And so
have you done that on stage? That should be a bit.
It should be a bit. I think I'm gonna turn it into a bit.
That's
but it
crazy that you took lamps into a lamp store. And she said,
and honestly, before that, I thought it was ghosts.
Sorry. You're telling me that you didn't change a light bulb that went out and you thought ghosts were...
Well, because the first lamp, it was flickering. And I was like, every time I turned it on, I'm like, well, I bet it's ghosts.
It is one of two things. If a lamp is flickering, it is only one of two things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either
a bulb going bad or definitely a ghost.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then, or it's just broken forever, and you got to bring it in. That was my other. So I brought it in, and I got my lamps. Honestly, I didn't have to pay her any money. She was
like, keep it.
Yeah.
You're going to need every leg up you can get.
It was so embarrassing.
That's wild. She told everybody that she knows about that.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know. I feel like this is just like I feel like I'm at my mental best.
Yeah, right.
I truly do. So I feel, but then something has to give.
Right.
It's like when you meet so many people.
Yeah.
And because as like a comic, you meet so many people, and then eventually you forget someone's name that you should know. Because your brain, it can only hold so much.
Yeah.
So what dumb stuff do you do?
I don't know. I've never taken a lamp to the lamp store.
No. Well, you're not passionate about lamps.
I'm not, because if my lamp burnt out, even if I didn't realize I could just change the light bulb, I would just put it on the curb. And then get a new one, but only after a whole year.
Yeah.
Of just darkness, just living in darkness in my house.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fuck.
What is that?
Oh,
what does that mean?
It worked.
Oh, that's the light.
This is honestly, this is pretty smart. It's just my TV, but I just put on a LED white background for an hour.
Yeah. No.
Now you don't have to.
It is really funny prefacing anything by "this is really smart" after your story about the lamp store.
Hey, this is really smart.
I rigged this up real good. This is actually
check this shit out. It's YouTube.
This is real smart.
Yeah, I tuned this up on YouTube. You should.
You do seem you're at your mental, but you do seem like someone, and don't take this the wrong way, but in your old age, you're going to be very riddled with dementia.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean?
Oh, great. You know what I mean? You're
going to be
fucked.
like, the lamps!
The lamps!
You're going to be kind of shouting things at people in the street, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean that in the best way possible.
I mean, what can you do? You can only take all the supplements they have and then hope for the best.
Yeah, so what are the supplements?
I can't pronounce them, but one is it's called H, and then it's a TH, and then every letter in the alphabet.
Do you get it like CVS?
No, you get them at specific supplement stores online, because people on Amazon, not saying who, but some people will fake the supplements or sell you expired
dog turds.
Yeah, and then you'll take them
and you'll take the dog turds and be like, these don't work.
This is weird. They taste like shit.
Yeah. No, I could use some supplements for sure. I also feel like I'm running at a mental low most of the time.
I know. Well, I also think
I don't think I get any vitamins either. I'm really not taking care of myself.
You're just a regular guy.
There's nothing
you sit in the dark in your apartment.
Years to my life like that. It would take almost nothing. I could take one vitamin and one supplement a day.
I feel like that's every stretch. Yeah.
It would go the longest way.
You take one night off of drinking, you have 6-pack abs.
1 night. Yeah. I'd be shredded.
Yeah. That's the gift of being a man. Yeah. That's the one gift. You get nothing else.
We got away with normalizing dad bods too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good point.
This is good.
Yeah, this is like a category.
Yeah. No.
This
is not a category for women.
Yeah, not a mom bod doesn't exist.
Nope.
It's either young or
there's MILF,
fat.
but that's just a mom that doesn't have a mom bod.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. They're attractive, but also like, I don't know. I think mom bods, like a true mom bod, is fit. Like they're really fit.
Because they're making like 12 PB&Js a day. They're like running around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the moms on Instagram, it depends on your age.
Oh,
like
those
if,
moms.
like even like J-Lo, she looks great. I mean, she looks like a older woman, but she looks great.
Well, but she's like a celebrity. Like they're all.
Yeah, they're all perfect.
They're all perfect. You know.
Yeah, that's true. And they work out like 90 hours a day.
I guess thick is a category. That's a little bit of wiggle room there.
I guess, but it's like
dad bod is so much trash.
I guess okay, young guys can have a dad bod. And that's actually like I've had friends say that they're attracted to guys with dad bods.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy that we get away with that.
Yeah.
Like a hot young woman could be like, I'm into this guy not taking care of himself.
Yeah, and it's okay. I feel like we really, I mean, at least I know that. Wow. This is where it all goes down.
Do you want to pop some supplements real quick?
Yeah, let me just
Dude, I love that shit. That gets me.
Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Celsius.
Really
I kind of need it. You know, I think my brother has a lot of issues. But one of them is he like did all these tests and apparently he like there's like an enzyme in his body that makes him like more low energy than the average person. And I feel like I have that. Right. So I can drink, not a whole thing, but I can drink some of these at night and then I go to bed fine.
Really?
And I feel like I drink some of this and I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
Like before I drink some of these, people are like, are you okay?
Right.
Because I think I'm just low energy.
I think I'm a little bit low energy too because I've never vibed well with like depressants. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you're a positive person.
No, I mean like in terms of drugs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can't take an antidepressant.
Or there's like uppers and downers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know what I mean?
You're like,
like I don't know.
You're like okay.
So no.
Let's try this again.
Yeah. But like ketamine and but like painkillers and like ketamine and all that shit. Ketamine and like Pedialyte. I don't know what we're losing our minds here.
Ketamine is ketamine.
I've never vibed with an anti-anxiety pill or like any of that stuff that like makes you go down.
Yeah.
Because I'm already kind of baseline down here.
Do you have
anxiety?
Trying to get the
party started.
You're always trying to get the party started.
Trying to go up. Trying to get it up. Oh. I have anxiety that comes and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like your happiness level is always like you're pretty like content. Guy. Content. Content.
I'm a content guy. Yeah. I'm a big content guy.
You are a content guy. But
I think so. Yeah. Probably compared to most people we know.
Honestly, I feel
like I don't really struggle with depression, but I'll get depressed every once in a while.
Yeah, so does everyone. Like yeah, or like you. I feel like more so with any like social interaction. Like I feel like sometimes there's like maybe I feel like I cross a line or I am weird. I just put a lot of pressure on myself to like. I don't know. I think because I was such a weird kid and such like a stupid doofus, and I'm like always afraid that I'm gonna be that stupid doofus again as an adult, and then everyone's gonna be like, I think Elle's a stupid doofus.
Yeah. No, I have a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, was this not cool to invite this person to my birthday party? Or, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think I am dumb, but as long as you could be funny and dumb at the same time. You don't want to be like a buzzkill and dumb. That's the worst.
No. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's just kind of like a redneck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like
that's someone at the bottom of Kansas.
That's kind of, that's where you find that's the people you find at the bottom.
At the bottom of state.
Of places.
Come on down here to the bottom.
To the bottom where the people are nice and ripe.
Mm-hmm. Real ripe.
My grandmother passed recently, and everyone there.
I actually gotta get going.
So, let's take a moment to.
Okay. So you want to talk about that's why you had me on.
I was gonna keep on talking about. Oh wait, I wanted to ask you a question though, because on this podcast, sometimes I ask fun questions, like who do you love the most, your mom or your dad?
Oh, my dad's dead. So it just seems like because if I say my mom, then it's just kind of like, oh, I forgot about him. But if I say my dad, it makes it seem like I'm in love with a dead guy, like a ghost. That's no good. I'll go mom.
And it's kind of like brutal for your mom because she's like, I'm still not beating your dad and I'm literally alive.
He's been gone for 4 years and I'm still not. I would go mom.
Okay.
Everyone's got to love their mom more, right? Moms do everything.
Yeah, moms do everything. I've met some people where the dads do everything, and I'm like, weird. You're fucked up.
Yeah, what is your life?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Ew.
I don't like that. I feel like that makes weird people.
You have like a power dad? Like, that's weird.
Power dad's yuck.
Yuck, dude.
Having a good dad's one thing.
But you're not supposed to see him during the sun.
Having a great dad.
Yeah, no.
Not for me.
You can't like call him up and ask. Dude, I did. So I got
power dad. So.
The dad that does it all.
Yeah. Hey kiddo. Where are we going this weekend?
Yeah.
Gee, Dad.
I got your dentist lined up.
Tom Brady. Is this a power dad? I won my 9th Super Bowl for you, Tim.
Yeah.
You're the greatest.
Thanks, Dad. Well, there's no way he's all in. He'd probably just watches football tapes all day, and it's like,
let's be honest. He's not there.
Yeah, he's not. He's in football or he's nothing.
Imagine having a football star as your dad and a supermodel as your mom.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think about it. It seems like it would be a lot of pressure on the kids to like either be like hot as hell or very talented.
Right.
And I feel like that's never the case because I always feel like athletes, it's kind of just like a genetic miracle.
Yeah.
Typically. And then sometimes.
Same with hotness, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. I also think that like.
That's what I say to women I find attractive. You're a miracle.
You're a genetic miracle.
Yeah. They love it.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
No, sorry. I derailed you. I started bringing up
I got fired.
Oh, really?
Well, it was a temp job.
Right.
And so it was only for a couple weeks.
It was only till like last Wednesday, right?
It was only till this Wednesday. So 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
1 day ago.
And you didn't.
And they let me go a day early. And so.
Did they get out of paying you anything?
No. I mean, I still got paid like everything. And then, which was fine. And then I called my dad to tell him like, hey, by the way, like I got like fired. And he's like, yeah, that's like, he was trying to like make me feel better in a dad way. But he's like, yeah, that's tough. You know, I fire people all the time because they're bad workers. And I was like, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better.
That's some classic dad.
Yeah. Like that's the dad you want. Like someone who completely misses on the emotional.
Complete misfire.
Yeah. That reminds me of all the employees that I fire.
Also, you remind me of the employees I fire.
Yeah. I mean, I always think about like how my dad would never hire me as an employee ever in his life, but
what's his company? What is he?
It's technically, I don't know.
It's like a mine.
Probably shouldn't even say it, right?
I don't know.
Well, he just like, he kind of goes in. He's kind of like a fixer-upper for like companies.
It's Lockheed Martin, isn't it?
What's that?
They're like the arms manufacturer.
No, but that would be cool.
That'd
honestly,
be crazy,
that'd be crazy. Those people. Remember the guy that we traded for Brittany Garner, the basketball player?
Yes.
The Russian arms dealer.
Oh yeah.
So my family is from trade. Terrible. Worst.
We gave them a
worst draft ever.
We got a woman basketball player.
Yeah. So he went to a prison in Marion, which is like near where my mom's side of the family's from, in Bottom, Illinois. And so my family has like a winery down there.
Oh, wow.
And it sounds fancy, but it's in Southern Illinois. So it's like,
right.
like the worst wine you've ever tasted in your life.
You don't
it's
like
like,
it? It's
I mean, it's all sugar. It's
okay. It's like, yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, like Illinois is not known for its like winemaking. It was just my grandpa's like hunting land, and then they just like turned it into a winery.
Your family made the winery, or someone else had made the winery?
My grandpa and my mom and her sister, and they like did the business or whatever. But when that guy, that Russian arms dealer, when he was in prison nearby, his family would go to my family's winery. And my family didn't know that they were the Russian arms dealer's family. They're just like, there's like all these Russians like
sometimes come here.
yeah, and they like loved it.
What brings them to town?
Yeah, like that's kind of weird. There's all these like Russians in here talking about how like they hate like American guns or something like that. And or I don't even know
they
what.
Seem like big fans of women's basketball. They've been following that real close.
Yeah, I don't even know what arms dealers do. They supply guns. That's what they do.
Yeah, but like, isn't that just like a company at this point? You know, I'm with you. Like, I don't really understand how it could be one guy. How does one guy deal?
Maybe
arms?
he was just like the head of it.
Was he like a drug cartel, but with guns?
Oh, that sounds right.
Right.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Well, anyways, my family they eventually figured out that it was his family, and then they asked them to stop coming to the winery.
Really?
Yeah, because
I feel like those people are not people you want to.
I know. I was like, how could you do that to our family?
I would just be like, kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Kill me with guns.
Yeah. You're allowed here anytime you want.
Yeah.
I think
we don't even like basketball.
Yeah, we don't, or like the U.S. or anything like that. I think my uncle was like just terrified that the government. I don't know. He's like, I think the government's gonna think that we're in cahoots with the Russians. That was a good story. That really. The listeners got to know a lot about Joe in that story.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was an interesting story.
I guess it was. Let's go back to the questions.
Okay, back to the questions.
Okay, I got fired. We talk about that. I am truly jealous of people who think that they would rather kill themselves than do stand-up comedy. What do you think about that?
Wait, say it again. You're jealous of people?
I think, you know how like everyone has their passion in life? Mm-hmm. And people think like if you thought about being a scientist, you would kill yourself. Like you would be like, and if people think that way, I mean, some people have to about stand-up.
So somebody's like nightmare is to be a stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't catch me dead.
Yeah. I kind of love that.
Yeah, I'm jealous of it, really.
When did you, like, know that you wanted to be a stand-up comedian? Or have that thought even?
I think it was like, before I ever did stand-up, I would like make my friends laugh or whatever. And then I had a friend like freshman year in college who was like, I said something funny and he was like, and I'd known this guy for like 4 or 5 months or whatever in college. And so I don't know. I was thinking it, but he was like, you're a comedian. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I just said, he's like, no, you're like a comedian. And then you're like at 19, you're like, I am a comedian.
Whoa.
You know, and that's all it takes is one person to poison your brain. And then you go do open mics. That's awesome. One thing leads to another, yeah. That's really cool. Fuck yeah, that guy rules. Carlos, he did it. Whoa. One. There's probably a combination of factors, but that was the first time I was like, comedian's like a real thing someone could be. Yeah, it always felt like, I feel like growing up in the Midwest, like like fame or like being in the entertainment industry seems so far away. Yeah. And absolutely. So unreachable and just not even real. Yes. And I didn't even know, I couldn't even put together what stand-up comedy was for the longest time. Right. Or like even like how you even start it or like how you even get into it and what an open mic is and what does it mean. Like it was so confusing. No, yeah. I had a friend who dragged me to open mics. Because after my freshman year, I dropped out for like a semester. I took like a semester off. And so did a friend of mine from high school who was also really funny. and we had been talking about doing open mic comedy at some point or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like we were just both like moved back into our parents' place.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, you come on, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go to like the comedy club on like Tuesday night. They've got open mic night.
Oh,
and
that's
so we
cool.
started going. So actually, it was more him. He dragged me to like open mic nights.
I feel like that's every guy's dream on like how to start stand-up comedy. Like I feel like every guy kind of wishes there was like a friend that like dragged them so they didn't have like the ownership of being like, yeah, it's just something I wanted to do my whole life. you know
it's so much better to start with a friend.
Or like someone being like, you gotta do it because you're just so good. Like someone like recognizing that talent in you more than you
it's more
recognize it.
To go by yourself and like put your name in the hat and you're like, I'm here
because because I believe
I'm here to audition. That's horrific. Yeah,
dude. I'm
so glad I had somebody drag me to a fucking open mic.
Yeah, nobody dragged.
I would like to put my name in the hat.
I feel like I've met so many people like that too. Mm-hmm. So many people who like show up and they're like, I'm here like for the open mic. They like tape it and everything, and you're like,
oh, tape it. It's like their whole family is there. And they're like ordering chicken strips because it's like a dive bar.
Yeah,
you know? They're like the dad's like getting chicken strips and he's got like his coworkers there.
Yeah,
and then he goes up to sign up and he's like, is this the sign up? And they're like, yeah, it's right over there. And just put your name in the hat. And they're like, it's my first time. Like, oh, break a leg, man. It's like, I think I will. Yeah.
And then he gets up there and he's like, see,
thank you, Manhattan.
See here, the crazy thing about me is that whenever I go down on a girl, I be fucking these, like, it's just the worst.
And now that's what I call a bazinga. Makes eye contact with everyone on the room.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna workshop the catchphrase.
Yeah, I guess we don't like bazingas. Okay, noted.
Shout out to my parents and my boss. Imagine having your parents and your boss.
And the girlfriend, dude, when guys would bring like a date to an open mic,
dude. I used to have
could
a
never.
girlfriend that like I never wanted to bring.
That's
but
good.
She always, well, yeah, that's the correct attitude to have.
yeah.
Forever. But she would be like, I want to go and kind of like bitch moan and complain about one. So I'd start taking her to the open mic.
Yeah.
It was awful. I would just see my friends having the time of their life in the other room.
Dude, my friends got so mad at me because I wouldn't let them come to the open mic. And I'm like, dude, it's embarrassing. Like,
it's a one-man job. You don't need
a one-man job.
No friends, no family, nobody.
You
just go.
And I'm like, trust me. Like, I am doing you a favor.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time. You're never going to respect me again. Like,
right, yeah. I'm doing this because I have to.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like someone being like, oh, you're going to the bathroom to take a dump? Can I come with you to take a dump?
Can I be there and look at it?
I just want to support. Maybe have a couple drinks. In the bathroom.
Yeah. No, you're going to hate me.
You're going to hate me. You're never going to look at me the same.
Yeah.
You're going to know
they're going to be like,
that truth.
That came out of you.
It did, yeah. It did. And I thought it would work.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And even now, like, I'm just starting to let people like see me do stand up, but I'm like, the longer you wait, the better it gets.
Yeah, never go.
So never go. Just wait. Just wait 10 years.
10 years will be so much more worth it for you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's
the worst is when you go home and you have like a big show or something. Do you ever feel the pressure to like fill a room or like get people there, or do you not really worry about like putting together, like, I don't know, when you go home, do you like, you know?
When I go home, I do spots and stuff, but I don't tell them that. I don't tell anyone I'm doing spots. And sometimes, I'll tell, like, I have like 2 best friends from high school, and I'll tell them like my shows if they want to come and whatever. But I don't care. But honestly, my best friend from home, her boyfriend, and a person from high school, they came to one of my shows, and they were the only people in the audience recently, and I wanted to kill myself. And they were but they were so, I mean, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
And they were like, but the whole show was just them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That happened to me in Kansas City. In September, there was like a taping show. This guy wanted me on. He did like an amazing
Who was it?
job. Who
did you like open for someone?
No.
Oh,
it was like a showcase kind of thing.
Okay, got it.
So it was like me and some other local people, and then I had some friends from like college who were like, "We're gonna come see," and I was like, "Cool." And then it was like just them, and it was like a couple other people, and they had like 4 cameras. And I was like, "Oh no!" So
yeah, each audience member.
Yeah. So I had like 3 of my friends from college, and then like like. I don't want to knock the place because it's like an amazing venue, and they like put out a bunch of money to do it, but like it was brutal, dude. It was just like, all right, guys, so this is a live taping, so we need you to laugh really hard, and it's like, like looking around.
They're like,
how? And there's like cameras rolling around.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Like,
yeah. Oh, that's brutal. I hate when I put a lot of pressure on myself to do really well when it's like that's what makes me bomb the hardest.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that when you're like, for whatever reason, if it's just like you're taping or you need a set or like even like, I mean, I felt like for my half hour for like New York Comedy Fest, I put so much pressure on myself to do really well that I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do well.
Right.
Yeah, because you go and you're like, it's like that weird moment when you're like, okay, just be yourself, and you're like, I don't even know how to fucking do that.
Yeah. Because you've thought about it so much.
Yeah.
You're like, part of you is like, be yourself, and the other part's like, bring the energy.
No,
right. Then you're like talking how you've never talked before. So I'm merging to the other lane. People are like, who the fuck?
What is this?
Yeah.
People who don't know you just know that's not your personality.
Yeah. Seems like he's trying harder than he needs to be.
Yeah,
I feel like the best set is when you just there's no expectations on it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I just want to go have fun.
Yeah. I think, I don't know.
But so I'm thinking about that right now because I'm trying to get like 5 minutes, a good 5-minute tape.
Dude, same. Always. But I think what you need to do, which Ari Finling told me about, do you know Ari?
No, not
Oh, he's hilarious. But he was like, oh yeah, do it in the middle of like a 10-minute set. Like, don't try to do like a 5-minute set.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's smart. Because I feel like you don't always get the crowd that's like hot immediately.
Right.
And like, I feel like sometimes even with like New York crowds, especially.
Yeah.
They're always like, who is this guy?
Right, they don't trust you.
Yeah, they don't. For the first, even if your jokes are funny up top, they're like, let's see what the next one. Like they all feel. Everyone in New York thinks they're a fucking judge.
I know, and all of them are like doing. Half of like the audience is doing a thing in their mind of like, is this guy famous?
Yeah.
Where have I seen them? If so, was
yeah.
he an extra on something?
Yeah.
I don't think he is famous.
I don't think. Is he gonna make it? I don't know. It's not really. He's not really funny for me.
Because the expectation is to see famous people.
Yeah.
In New York, or people that you may have seen in the background on a TV show or something at least.
And I don't know. I just feel like. Well, even in the East Coast, I feel like famous people are still something, but even more so from like a Midwesterner. I always thought like growing up, like famous people were like even bigger than what they actually are. Like they're really, really, some people still think it's a big deal to see someone famous, and it can be cool,
right?
But it's like not everything. I don't know. I just thought, I don't know. And I feel like,
no, I mean, getting here, meeting so many people, definitely changes your perception of like,
have you ever met anyone famous?
Like comedian wise, or what do you mean? Just like a famous,
just anyone
comedian. I had a phone call with Charlie Sheen one time.
What?
This is a crazy story,
dude. What? How?
It was a crazy story, actually. It was like, so it was when I had dropped out of college and I was 19, right when I was starting to do open mics, and I was living at home, and Twitter was like maybe a couple years old. That time's like 2011.
Yeah.
And somebody, Charlie Sheen tried to tweet at, and this was when Charlie Sheen was doing his like, I'm winning.
Yeah.
I'm banging 10 gram rocks.
Yeah.
Like he was like insane. And people were like, the fuck is going on with Charlie Sheen? He tried to tweet at Justin Bieber, who's like 17 at the time. Right? he tweets his phone number to Justin Bieber. He's like, hey, give me a call. But he did it publicly. He thought he was like DMing Justin Bieber. And somebody like screenshotted it and shared it. And they're like, LOL, Charlie Sheen just leaked his phone number. And I saw that in like real time. Like he just posted it.
Wow.
And so I was like, I don't know what. I just decided to send him a text. And I decided to, I didn't even think it was like Charlie Sheen or anything for real. But I just sent like the most vitriolic, like mean text ever. It was just like, because I was like 19, had some chip on my shoulder. But I think I was also like, if this is real, I'm just going to send the nastiest thing or whatever. If it's not real, who knows?
What did you say?
I was just like, hey, Charlie, you're like a burnout piece of shit from the 80s. And like 2.5 Men's the worst thing. You ruined comedy television with 2.5 Men. And it's just like, you should feel sad for yourself. It was all this stuff. I also didn't know what I was talking about, kind of, because like, I don't love 2.5 Men, but I've seen other shit Charlie Sheen's done. I'm like, he rocks. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, at that time I like thought I had opinions about stuff. So I sent him this mean tweet, and then 20 minutes later I get a call from that number, and I immediately start like panicking, and I don't answer it, and then it calls again.
Oh my God.
And so I answer it, and it's like a crowded room. I hear like like a bar, like a club or something. And then I go, hello, who is this? And he goes, in Charlie Sheen's voice, he goes, this is Charlie Sheen. Who the fuck is this? And I like threw my phone on my bed and just like looked at it. And he was like, hello?
Oh my God.
Answer me. And I was just like, and I just like clicked hang up. Words couldn't even come out of my mouth.
Oh.
I was so.
My God.
Just so much shock.
Wow.
I actually made a connection with him.
You should have said, I'm Justin Bieber.
I couldn't think of anything to say.
Yeah.
I wish I had something clever to say to bookend it. But anyway, I went to sleep that night, and then the next morning I looked at my phone, and I had a missed call from him 4 hours after that.
Oh my God.
Which would have been like, and it was like at 6 a.m, which would have been like 3 a.m, or 4 a.m, LA time.
Yeah. And classic Charlie Sheen time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I saw this article that was like, Charlie Sheen leaks phone number, gets 1,000 calls, 5,000 text messages. So out of 5,000 text messages and calls that he got in those 4 hours, I got under his skin so much that he tried to call me back.
Dude.
Because everybody else was like, we love you, Charlie.
Oh, my. You were the one person. It's really, always the one negative one that gets you. And he's like, hey, 2.5 Men wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I was freaked out. I thought he was going to find me and kill me for a while. Because that was at a point in the time where he was like doing anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had all the time in the world.
And all the money and resources to throw at it.
And all the drugs.
all the drugs.
All the drugs to actually. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like that is crazy to even like be in contact with honestly, I changed my entire opinion now. Now that's really cool to even talk to a famous person. I'm like, before I was like, yeah, it's no big deal. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome.
That was great because he's not just like a famous, like we know famous comedians and that's one thing.
Yeah.
But like someone like that is just like way beyond.
Yeah. You're a global.
Yeah.
Like people. Yeah.
Right. And the phone call was somehow more surreal, I think, than meeting him in real life.
Because then you like.
Because it's just my phone.
Yeah, it's like your personal meeting with Charlie. It's like just you two. That's crazy.
It was weird as fuck.
Oh my God. Is he still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
I don't know. Yeah.
Charlie, if you want to
call him up.
Yeah, call him up.
I got his old number.
Did you save it?
Yeah.
Wow.
He changed it the next day. We could call it to see if.
Let's just call it to see who answers.
All right. Let me pull it up.
I don't think I've walked past famous people, but I've never really came into contact with anyone.
Charlie Sheen right here.
Whoa.
That's the old number at least.
Let's see. Please leave your message It's Denise.
Denise?
It's
Denise
now Denise. Charlie.
Should we left her a message?
You should have left her the same message.
What if we just call back and just leave her a message and be like, this used to be Charlie Sheen's phone?
Okay. Let's do that. Hey, just so you know.
She might answer this time, actually.
Please leave your message for Denise.
Denise. That sounds like a robot.
Hey, Denise. Just wanted to let you know that your phone number used to be Charlie Sheen's. Look it up. Crazy story. See you later. You want to say anything?
2.5 Men sucked. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat it.
Eat it. I just get shot in the head. See Charlie on that rooftop.
Yeah. I found
Charlie,
you
no!
fucker.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I feel like you guys are gonna meet again one day.
I do too. I feel
It's
like
like,
I'm like bringing it out of the universe. Somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are gonna connect.
He's had 13 years to cool off, but
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what he's been up to?
He
What if
may
he-
not cool off as fast as I cool off.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like he's just spent these past 13 years trying to find you.
I know. Because he has been pretty quiet.
Pretty
the last
quiet.
12, 13 years.
Where is he? Are you going back for Thanksgiving?
No, are you?
I am.
Yeah.
My parents are getting a divorce.
So you gotta get back.
So this is kind of the perfect time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And they're doing it Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah. Well, no, it's my dad's not going to be
They
there.
need a witness to sign.
Yeah,
to countersign the paperwork.
Yeah. So they need me there. No, I just feel like a broken family is kind of like the perfect like holiday.
It's classic. Yeah.
Special, you know,
Right.
because it's like you're not gonna fight with anyone. No one's gonna be there. It's just you, your mom.
There's something about the broken family going back for Thanksgiving.
That
You
is
have the
awesome.
Fucked up dinner.
Yeah.
And then you're just walking around all your old hunts by yourself afterwards. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving night. You know?
Yeah. And you're like,
Just
whoa.
mulling it all over.
We're gonna do a fancy dinner in. Well, it's not. Well, I guess we're gonna go to a hotel and like have like a.
Just because. You're like, we're gonna do a fancy dinner. Well, I mean, we're gonna go to my dad's Motel 6. He's living in, so we're gonna bring him.
We're
Nice.
really
Bring him
pulling
some
out all the
spaghetti
stops.
to his motel that he moved into.
Well, the lobby. So
Yeah, the lobby. Yeah. He's kind of in between rooms, the motel right now. But it's
it's pretty fancy.
it's
It's
wow.
pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, so no, but the three of you are going to a fancy dinner?
Not my dad, just my mom and my sister and me, and we're just
Okay, right. Why would your dad be there?
yeah. But it's gonna be good, and then we're just gonna, I don't know, go out to dinner for Thanksgiving. I've never done that before, so it's a new experience.
Yeah, where are you guys gonna go out?
Chicago.
No, but like what kind of food are you gonna get?
I think it's Thanksgiving food for Thanksgiving. You
What
fucking
restaurant are you
idiot.
going to?
It's like a Thanksgiving. We're just going to like.
It's just called like Thanksgiving dinner.
I think some restaurants they serve
do
Thanksgiving dinner like
Thanksgiving
on
dinner.
Thanksgiving. Honestly, I don't think I would know this unless this happened to me.
Uno's Pizza.
Yeah. If you know that restaurants serve Thanksgiving dinner, your parents are divorced.
Right. I didn't know that. That's so funny. My parents are divorced. I should know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a stepdad?
Yeah.
Do you
You're gonna love your stepdad.
You're gonna
It's
love
be
him.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also
His
your
name will probably
stepdad.
be Ron. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usually named Ron.
They're usually okay.
In my experience.
What's the stepdad like starter pack?
Yeah, so his name's Ron.
Okay.
He is Jewish, but he's non-practicing. I truly think my stepdad is the archetypal stepdad,
Yeah.
and everyone just have different versions of that.
Okay.
Attorney, non-practicing
Yeah.
Jew,
Yeah.
named
Attorney's
Ron.
great.
talks to you in only sarcasm.
Like in the worst type of
cannot-
humor.
Cannot emote. You guys don't.
You guys don't click at all.
Well, no, we've
guys click.
We've got a good rhythm of like we just kind of roast each other back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just talk shit on each other, and we have since I was like 8. Like my whole life. The first thing I ever said to him was, "What's up, loser?" And he goes, "That's Mr. Loser to you." And then I was like, "Duh."
Yeah.
And then it was like on from there.
What are you doing? Fucking my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of cute.
It's so you never know.
But it never goes past like a little roast sesh.
There's never like, "Hey, I just want to say, really appreciative of everything."
And he's like, "Just kidding, you faggot."
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
I'll probably have to bleep that out.
Your mom's gonna date again?
She totally wants to. I think she's a bit hesitant.
Can I see a picture of her?
No. But she's very attractive and she's very fit. She works out every day and she has for a long time and she looks great. And I don't know. I think she just doesn't, because she's from like a small town at the bottom of Illinois.
Right.
I don't know if she understands that most of the world is divorced. So there's like a lot of
opportunities.
There's a lot of opportunities.
Right.
And so she just needs to get out there, and she's going to be, I mean, one of the main memories of my mom I have growing up is just like every single guy trying to make her leave her husband for them.
Every guy.
Like she like my soccer coach was obsessed with
just
her.
Like every adult guy.
Yeah, was just always trying to like.
Wow, so she sounds like a real fox.
She is. She totally is. She's a hottie.
Is she going back to the maiden name?
I don't think so.
Yeah, sometimes it's too much of a hassle at that point.
And I feel like it's an identity thing. You've had this rhythm of like blah 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 blah, like your whole life.
My mom kept my dad's last name. She still has it actually. But they've been divorced since 1994. And he's dead.
And sometimes there's like truly no reason.
There's
not
crazy.
even.
She still has the name.
There's negative reason. But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes even if it like sounds better to you, I would keep a name if it sounded better. I don't think there'll ever be a name that sounds better than like El Orlando to me.
I wonder if I got married to somebody and they still had their ex-husband's name. I wonder if any small part of me would be threatened by that, you know? Like,
maybe.
You still like him? You know? Still in love with him, you bitch.
Even your mom with like a dead husband.
Yeah, you're going to get back together with him. It's part of your plan. Why change the name?
Yeah.
Change it. Prove it.
Change it. Yeah. Would you care if you married someone and then they didn't take your last name and they just kept their last name?
No. At this point, not at all.
It's kind of weird, to care.
I feel like it's weird to care.
No, it's weird to care.
Yeah.
I think it's even worse if a guy takes a girl last name. That's insane.
Oh, that's crazy.
Or like you see the girls proposing to men on TikTok. Yeah. I'm like, that is, sweetheart, that's not nature.
One of my best friends, his soon-to-be wife proposed to him. But he's keeping his last name for sure.
Ay caramba.
Yeah, it is bizarre. No,
Did he want to get engaged, or was she just like, I want this to happen?
I think he wanted to get engaged, but she was like, he's never gonna, like, he's just gonna take forever.
Yeah, and I feel like guys, even like if they know they want to get engaged and they know they want to like marry this person, they have no urgency.
There's no urgency.
They're like, it's gonna happen. Like, I'm busy this week.
You guys have the biological clock. We don't have that.
Maybe, but I feel like it's that, but I think guys, it's like you just don't have any urgency to do anything. So it's like you're like, come on, just fucking do it. And you're like, true. What? And then for guys, it's like, why does it matter? We're already together.
Right,
and you're
right.
For some women, I don't really care about the whole like, who cares? For me, it's the same.
Well, I mean, what, you think you're better than all the other women?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm single, Joe.
Yeah.
And that's why I've only had one relationship.
Have you really?
In my whole life. Yeah. Well, actually two, but I only dated the second guy for a week.
And that was the one recently?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
For a whole week. But when I like actual, like, you're calling me your girlfriend type of relationship, I've like dated people, but I'm like for like a couple months or like 3 months or something.
Do you usually call it and into it or not?
Well, the problem is sometimes I do, but sometimes I
run
don't.
out of supplements.
Well, the problem.
I can't remember who they are, so I have to ask them to leave.
Yeah, I get really freaked out when a stranger's in my apartment.
Right.
No, so sometimes I really like. There's nothing wrong with them, and they're like a great person, and I don't understand why our personality. When you meet someone, you're like, you're perfectly fine, but we're just missing each other.
Yeah.
And you're like, this could be so fucking great if we could just connect.
Yeah, right.
And I feel like I stay in those types of like relationships or like dating people, like trying to like make it work, thinking like I can just make it happen, and it's just a connection thing. It's like we just don't connect that way.
So you're just like, why continue this charade? After 2 months, you're like, why continue the charade?
Or
they're 100% connection.
Yeah, or they feel it obviously, and they're like, yeah, we just don't connect. And I'm immediately, and I also like, I just hate breaking up with people, and so like, I would
the can down the road.
Yeah, I would rather just someone break up with me.
So much better.
Oh my God.
All the time.
Unless I really like them.
Policy of just tanking a relationship until they left me.
Yeah.
That was my only way out.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then, but sometimes I would feel like if they really like you and they don't want to break up with you.
Nightmare.
You're like,
also, how much of a nightmare is it to be the one that is liked more in the relationship?
Oh, it's the worst.
Like, I would
but is it
it's
ever
the worst both ways, I guess.
It's the worst both ways.
Right.
It's so rare that you just fucking match up.
That everyone, usually one person's more in. If they're more into you, it's like, yuck. Get a life. Get a life.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah, you're embarrassing, and I hate that.
And if I'm more into them, then it's like, oh, I got to break into their house.
I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed. I gotta.
Yeah.
I gotta be looking through the window in the night.
Oh my God.
It's a ton of work.
Yeah.
So much work.
You gotta figure out like keys.
Yeah. The keys. Who gets keys?
Who gets keys, man? And then you just have to like, it's just so much. And you're like, okay, it's the same thing where you're like trying to be your best self. And then you're like, okay, just be yourself. And then you fucking can't because you're too nervous around them.
Right.
And then you're just yourself around some normal ass fucking person you care nothing about.
Right. And they're like, wow, she's her full self.
Yeah.
They're blown away by it.
Yeah. They're like, wow. Or like you just, I don't know, you have a conversation with someone and you're just like fucking hilarious. And you're like, why can't I just do this?
Just take this, drop it. It is weird because we talk to everybody a little bit differently, you know? And some people you just kill it with. And you're like, why can't I just take that? Put it right there.
Yeah.
But I can't. Instead, when I talk to that person, I'm like, hi.
Yeah. So weird. So awkward.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? This podcast episode.
Why do I feel like you're trying to end it?
No, I'm not.
It is probably.
No, I don't want to end it. You end it.
I did have to watch you do the intro, which you kind of didn't do. You kind of started and then didn't actually do.
Because I couldn't do it. You were just looking at me with those eyes.
Now I guess it's only fair that I should try to outro it. And you just stare at me.
Okay.
What do you usually do to end it?
I kind of just say bye-bye.
Then club the mic with it. How does this turn off?
Yeah. I throw something at the camera.
Yeah. It's done. Smack that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe tell people where they could find you on Instagram or something if anyone listens.
If anyone was so intrigued. You could find me. This is it is embarrassing. And you could find me on Instagram at Nunnagram, which I have to change, by the way, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody has Joe Nunnink. I don't know who.
But I do. It's just an empty profile.
Yeah.
That's what. Dude, okay, so someone has Elle Orlando. It's just an empty profile.
What's your? Is it LOL still?
No, it's _ Elle Orlando _
Yeah, I might have to do one of those.
Someone just has the Elle Orlando and they're not using it. I think they're trying to sell it to me later when I'm
those fucking
fuckers. Fucking just give it. You know I want it.
Make an offer. Make an offer.
$2.
If you have Joe Nunnink and you're waiting for it to become more valuable, it's not going to. This is the apex. You want to sell now. Now is the time to sell. Sell high. You bought low.
It's never going to get better than this.
Yeah, this is like Bitcoin in spring of 2022. You want to get out now. Yep. Nunningram on Instagram. Follow me there. I want to kill myself. This is brutal. And
I like how you added a little song to the end of it.
Yeah.
Nunningram. It kind of sounds like a Christmas song. Nunningram, find me on Instagram. Okay.
Can you imagine if you had a theme song? That'd be a nightmare.
Well, all right. This was it. Tune in next week. Bye-bye.
Who's on next week? Are they better than me?
Wouldn't you like to know?
They better not be better than me.
It's Joe again.
Yes.
Bye.